Hello, here with Marty Matner to talk all things Sturt footy from the weekend. League boys played out at Alberton against Port Adelaide yesterday. So Marty, can you tell us a bit about the game yesterday?
Yeah, so ended up being a 19-point loss. I thought we played really good footy most of the day, probably three quarters, and the last quarter, I guess inaccuracy sort of hurt us when we did have some good ball movement and some control in the game. We didn't quite capitalise on our forward 50 entries and convert in front of goals. And then last quarter, when we sort of bit behind, we sort of chased the game a little bit, and Port were able to kick a couple of goals late and pushed out sort of 19 points. So it was probably a disappointing game. I felt like we played really good footy, as I said before, in patches and didn't capitalise. And when you're behind and then you sort of chase the game, a couple of things don't go your way, and then Port were able to kick a couple of goals late. So, yeah, frustrating day and disappointing because it would have been nice to win that one. We move on to, I guess, Eagles this week and keep getting those couple more wins we need to finish top three.
Yep. So 6-day break this week against the Eagles. Can you tell us about training this week, what that'll look like?
Yeah, so training's, I guess, the AFL Max on Monday night, so tonight, which it's been booked in for a little while. We always try to get off on the oval and create some variety amongst the group as well, and something a bit different. So we've had AFL Max booked in for a fair while now, and then we'll get to Karen Rolton again, as we have over the last few weeks on our Wednesday night, our main session. We'll get to another venue as well, which is starting to, I think, show in terms of, we've been able to get some really good ball movement over the last month. And again, we had 19 scoring shots on the weekend, just in kick straight, which is not ideal. But I think we're starting to see some results of training at venues and also just a different sort of venue, which creates some enthusiasm amongst the group, and which is great at the moment. And I said, get back to Unley this week on Saturday.
Yep. Any injury concerns out of the game yesterday?
Amos Doyle and Sam Brewer had sort of niggling injuries and sort of finished the game on the bench. Hopefully they'll be available for this week, but we'll sort of manage them through the week. As I said, got a couple of players back last week, and they all got through. Will Spain's been good the last couple of weeks. He's got through. Danfo Sparks as well. Ollie Grivell. And so he's sort of getting players back at the moment, which is quite nice. And then we've got Eagles and then a bye and then a couple of games before the final. So, hopefully guys can get a few games under their belt heading into the finals.
We've got a milestone this week, 50th game for Tommy Lewis. What does Tommy bring to the team?
A lot of things Tommy brings. I guess his contested work, his tackle, his pressure, clearance work, and just brings great enthusiasm and energy around the contest as well, which I think that the group really enjoy. He was trademark player on the weekend, and boys love playing with him. Everyone loves him, having him around the club, and a great club man. It's a great achievement for everything he's probably been through with injuries and bits and pieces over the last 3 or 4 years. He's missed a fair bit of footy, but resilience to keep getting better each week, and great player for the footy club.
Excellent. Thanks, Marty. Just a quick report from the reserves. We actually played as part of a triple header after the 16s and 18s on Saturday at Theberton Oval. The reserves guys had a really good win, really good even performance, which has probably capped a few weeks that we've been really good. 16-10, 106 to 3-4, 22, so a really good win over the Eagles there. We had 9 overall goal kickers, which was great. Multiples to Jim Richards, kicked 3, 2 to Grivell, 2 to Jeffries, 2 to Giacometti, 2 to Shoot and 2 to Tabe, and singles to Kelly and Spain and Wingard as well. Best player on the day. Best players were really hard to pick, actually, because across the board we were all very good. Joel Tearley through the midfield was brilliant. He finished with 8 clearances, a couple of goals and plenty of clearances and tackles to Brad Jeffries. Jimmy Richards with his 3 goals and some score assists as well was excellent. Rory Ullman as a small defender was fantastic, as were all the defenders, and Will Spain in his second game back from a collarbone won the trademark award in the end and played his role really well for the team. But as I said, a really even performance. It was pretty wet out there at Theberton, and the guys just adapted to the conditions really well and got their basics done well, which is fantastic, and just a really good team performance. They seem really connected on the weekend, so hopefully that continues. That's it for us. Looking forward to seeing you here at Wigan Oval on Saturday when we take on the Eagles in round 15.